PAX East is on the horizon. Pokemon Go or Pokemon Home is now out. And I don't have Matt with me this week because Dewey is here for the Gamers 2 podcast for the week of February 14th. February 14th, it's Valentine's Day. Dewey is my Valentine. I don't have any gifts for him, but he's my Valentine for this episode.
Can I get a hell yeah, brother?
What is this, Macho Man Randy Savage?
I mean, I guess it's more Stone Cold, but...
Oh, yeah, true. I do forget he did that.
It's nice to be back.
Yeah, welcome back. It's been a hot minute.
It has been a few hot minutes. Yeah, I'm here to steal the show today. Talk a lot about Pokemon. Can't stop me.
Oh, I don't plan on stopping. I'm gonna let you loose.
All right, good.
But we're gonna get there. We'll get there eventually.
All right.
But as is tradition on this show, and as the cards do dictate, what have you been up to the last? However many times it's been since we've heard you on this podcast, what have you been up to? Gaming, movies, entertainment genre wise. I don't need to know the dirty bits.
That's fine. I'll keep it clean. I don't know. It's been a while. I feel like it's got to be like 6 months since I've been here. But I'm gonna stick with the.
I think it was definitely summer at least.
Yeah, I'll stick with the recent. I've been playing The Forest most recently. A little bit of Pokemon. It's been digging my time in The Forest. I just got that.
Did you finally get the rebreather?
Oh yeah. I ended up getting it. I beat the game. I got like one more trophy to get. I've just been playing the hell out of it.
Are you trying to perfect it?
Oh yeah, of course. You gotta. It's a short game.
I know. And when you told me how long you spent it, I double checked my time on Steam. 7 hours.
Yeah, okay. Well, I couldn't find the rebreather for the longest time. I wasn't gonna look up the cave. I just
told you it's just in a cave. You guys just didn't go in all the caves.
Yeah, I didn't find the right one. But I did get it. Yeah, I don't know. I just spent the better part of 2 weeks. There's like one thing you have to survive 100 days for. Horrible. Takes so long. It's like an hour for a day. It's horrible. Yeah. I don't know. I've been playing that. Definitely Pokemon.
All versions?
Yeah, you could say. We'll get into that later. I've been playing more of some that I didn't want to. Watching stuff. I don't know. I don't watch.
I mean, it's pretty cold for Pokemon Go.
Yeah,
that is the unfortunate part about where we live.
Yeah, I play like at work. I'll log on. I'll check.
Does stuff spawn at your work for you?
Yeah, like not a lot, but like one or two.
I mean, nothing spawns at mine. So
right. Yeah, I'll just look and I'll check. It's usually nothing. I got a shiny Trico yesterday. I was mad about it because I'm like, I already have 6 of these. I don't want this. So mad.
I hate you.
You want one? I got enough of them.
Yeah, be my Pokemon Go, dealer. I'll just tap the vein whenever I'm like, oh man, I need that shiny hit. What you got?
Yeah,
huh?
I got a lot. Any of the ones that do community days for, I always have multiple. But yeah. I clicked on one Trico and it was like, I tried to click something else. I think it was like maybe a Chansey or something, but I tried clicking on it and it was a Trico and that was shiny. I'm like, oh, what a waste.
I love everybody else's reactions like, oh, shiny Trico, and Dewey just. I don't care.
I have like 4 of them. Whatever. But
well, what was it? It was a community day early last year, wasn't it? It was Trico.
Something like that. Yeah.
When they did all of them, or they went through that Gen 3 starters last year. So
yeah.
Trico was the one I did not participate in.
Well,
because I got my boy Blaziken. And as far as I'm concerned, Sceptile is the weaker of the 3.
That's fair.
So
he looks honestly the coolest.
I 100% debate that.
The shiny versions looks the coolest.
Oh, the blue? Yeah.
I
don't know. Pink Swampert looks pretty badass.
I guess, but
Blaziken's shiny is terrible. But Blaziken, as in his own form, is the most badass of the 3.
Blaziken is the coolest, but shiny is awful.
Yeah.
Swampert, I don't like his shiny because it's the same colors. Every single water Pokemon shiny, they're all the same color.
True.
And then,
and apparently dark shinies are basically going the same way.
Yeah. Yep. Other than that, I don't know, not too much.
I mean, you watched Adam Sandler on Netflix.
No, I watched what's that movie called? I forget now. Name escaping me.
Is it something Diamonds? No.
This is gonna bother me. Whatever Jules movie, whatever Uncut Gems.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Yes. That's if you want to be stressed out for 2.5 hours or however long the movie is. It's a movie for you. If you're like, man, I just want to feel like I'm super anxious and I can't think straight. That's the movie for you.
It's all right. Not gonna watch it then.
Yeah.
Not that I plan on watching an Adam Sandler movie on Netflix anyway, but
No, it's in theaters. All right, buddy. Listen, Netflix, come on.
when did that go to theaters?
Like December?
All right. Well, I'll also hate to tell you,
Christmas.
I usually don't go to theaters.
Christmas, you know.
Oh, you want
that's
to know what
when
also came out that time? Star Wars. So I spent my month trip to.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm too scared to watch the. I have not.
You haven't watched it
I'm
yet?
too scared. I saw the reviews and I was like, I didn't want to ruin.
You can't be too scared based on what 8 was.
I
8
am
was
scared.
terrible.
I know, and that's why I'm scared for 9. And then I watched the reviews and it was like 50s, and I'm like, ooh, and I was just like, maybe I don't want.
I don't know about all that. I don't think it was a 50.
Okay, that's all. When it came out, that's all I saw.
Watch it. I say watch it.
All right. I mean, I do have to watch it. I was going to at some point, but
Yeah. I went release night with Matt. We talked about it, but watch it.
All right.
Definitely, it's better than 8.
Okay.
That's not a high bar,
That is
but
a
it's
really low bar.
but it's better than 8.
That's all right.
You won't leave as angry and disappointed as you did in 8.
Well, that's good because
You'll still leave with some moments where you're like, nah, but
That's okay.
not as bad as 8.
All right. What about you? What have you been doing?
I've been doing a lot. Not really. I don't really do much. Play volleyball too much, so that's 3 nights gone. I fell asleep Tuesday for way too long, so that night was gone. But I did finish Luigi's Mansion.
I haven't finished it. I'm on the 3rd floor. I don't know. Not hot. Not
Oh
far.
boy!
Not
All right,
far.
so before we had recorded last week, I had a couple more floors to go.
Yeah.
And then, or maybe I was on the final. Oh, I was on the final fight. I had saved right on the final fight before Matt came up, and then I did the final fight over the weekend. Boom! Luigi's Mansion crossed off the list. Great game, and I think it is criminally underselling.
It's unfortunate because it is. I played a little bit of it. It's really good, but
It is arguably one of the best Switch titles. Period.
I won't argue that at all. But like, I just got it, and then shortly after got Pokemon. Or
Yep.
Before I don't remember.
And I did it the reverse. I got Pokemon,
Yeah.
and then I got Luigi's
Maybe.
Mansion at Christmas.
Maybe I did that. I don't remember when Luigi's Mansion came out. Exact. Could have been after. Before.
Either the week before or the week after, I believe.
Yeah. Either way, wrong timing for it, and it just Pokemon took me over.
Yeah. I mean, Pokemon shit. Pokemon's good.
That's fair. But yeah, I don't know.
Contrary to your opinions, which I will razz you about when we get there.
Yeah.
Mr. Screaming for Hate of Burn Down Game Freak, and I reeled you back in.
I mean, I just went into it with, the
Negative.
the critically negative mindset.
Very negative.
And I was pleasantly surprised where some people were expecting for a lot more and didn't get it.
Yeah.
But
So is that. I started playing the Outer Worlds. I'm still playing some more of that.
I own that, but I haven't even downloaded it.
I've been playing it. I did $1 for 3 months of Game Pass on PC.
Yeah.
So I'm playing it that way.
I am,
For $1, I can't complain.
my brother bought it, and we
Well,
share a PSN account, so I
as
got
we-
it for free.
Well, as we all know, that only works when the internet's going.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's true.
there is that, and then what else have I been? I've been playing some World of Warcraft. I've only got about a month left on my subscription before that ends, and then I wait until the new expansion comes out before I buy more time.
How long until that?
Don't know. Haven't seen a release date yet. Sometime this year. I'm expecting late August or September or sometime
So
around
you
there.
have some time off.
Yeah, I'm expecting that late. They don't usually release in June. They usually push it to like end of summer type time. But who knows? I could be wrong at any point. It could be out tomorrow. I
See
don't
what
know.
happens.
And that's been it. Some Football Manager sprinkled in because I can't
Just
stop.
peppered.
I can't stop.
I do that. I've been playing NHL like here and there, but I suck, and I play online, and I get extremely frustrated because
Oh, I
I'm
would not
so
play sports
bad.
games online.
It
The
was
only one I've ever played online was FIFA, and I could hold my own to a point, and then I knew immediately I was like, I can't go above this point, or I get destroyed.
Well, there's like multiple game modes with it, so there's
Okay.
like you could do like one-on-one with like all shooting against a goalie that's like trying to stop your shots. There's like different games. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of cool game modes like that.
Oh,
but
all right.
I suck at all of them, so it doesn't help.
I haven't played an. I think the last NHL I played was NHL 2K9.
Ooh. They're a little bit
I
different.
think.
This one was, I think, on sale for like $25 or $30. I bought it for.
Okay.
I don't know. It's definitely good. I mean, it's the same game every year as they like to do. For the
Yeah,
sports game,
every
but
sports game is basically that.
I don't know. It's a good time waster for me occasionally when I'm like, I need something different.
See, I like to think that MLB The Show is a time waster for me, except that if it was, I wasted way too much time there because all I do is just play that when it comes out. So, yeah, that's been it. I started watching Lego Masters.
Is that good? What?
I watched the first episode. I haven't watched the second episode yet.
I don't know what Lego Masters is. I'm going to be honest.
It's a TV show.
Okay.
That's a Lego building competition.
Oh yeah, I did see things for that. That looks fucking cool.
I was like,
that really cool.
I'm into Legos.
Yeah, that looked really nice.
My childhood, rebirth. And I'm like, all right, this is pretty cool. First episode, pretty cool episode. Just typical game show style,
Yeah.
Here's your challenge. Do your challenge. Here's your judgment. You two, all right, we axe somebody.
All right, that makes sense. As cool as
They're all teams of 2.
Okay. It seems really cool, but I also feel like I would watch it and be really mad because I would be like, I can never replicate
100%.
anywhere near any of this.
100%, especially from scratch.
Yeah.
And then you see them run to their version of how you can, if in a cooking show, you'd run to like the refrigerator and they have all these pantries of things.
Yeah.
These guys are just running to what are giant bins. They literally, here's a bin of red bricks that are probably like 2x4 specifically, and you just grab whatever you need out of there. And so they're just grabbing based on what they know they need and then building these things. And I'm like, I needed to look at page like 15 3 times before I figured out where that piece was supposed to go.
Is that correct? Oh, I don't know. Like look and check and make sure and like.
How am I missing a piece already? It was 1x8 black piece. Where did it go?
Yep, I would struggle with that. And then if the directions weren't precisely clear, I'd be like, can't go on.
Yep, I'm taking a 50-50 shot, and we'll see if it fixes it. But yeah, it was a cool little first episode to watch. I'm looking forward to watching more of it. I don't like stop everything I'm doing and watch it. I put it on the monitor while I'm doing other things.
Yeah, I have shows like that.
But it was pretty cool.
That's nice. Weirdly enough, one of my cousins is like really good at building robotics with Legos. Like he got like some kind of weird scholarship for whatever school he went. Weird story, but he's a nerd Lego builder.
Is he doing like what do they call it? Mind. The old, like, you could get a robotic. I have it upstairs. You get an actual like CPU that you could then program to do actual meant to be programmed robotically things.
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, it's gonna bug me. I don't remember the name of it now. Nah, well,
yeah, he does whatever that is. Virgin stuff,
Just roasting him, and he's not even here to defend himself.
He'll be all right.
Oh, a little bit of dead air while I take a sip of water because it is dry in the 0 or colder weather we're in.
It's definitely around 0. I don't know.
It went from 0 to -1 while I was driving into work, so I'm not sure what that says.
Yo, -2 right now.
Oh boy,
cooking.
You have a very different definition of cooking. All right, so let's move on to the good old new releases.
Oh yes.
Let me get you through some of these, Dewey. We got 20 of them. There's a lot.
That's way too many.
And as you said when you were looking through these, you're like, I don't know probably 90% of these. And I agree. But I go based on what names grab me enough to actually kind of want to look at it, or if their box art when I'm going through my list looks cool.
All right. That's
enough that I would go, I'll click on it to see what you're about. And then I might immediately click back off of it because I'm like, but you made me click, so you get to get called out.
I like that.
Help Me Doctor for the Switch.
Top of the list, honestly, I get it. Because
these aren't ranked.
I don't know.
This
is ranked. That's my number one. Help Me Doctor.
These are done by order of release day.
Okay, but
so starting at the beginning of the week. But you want to start Helping Doctor as number 1 on your list? I bet by the end of this list, you change that number 1.
The name alone, I'm intrigued. I don't know what it is, but I'm interested.
I guarantee in about 5 more, you will change that list. Here we go. Number 2, AO Tennis 2 for the PlayStation and Xbox. Want to play some sweet tennis?
Oh, easily.
There it is on AO. Don't know what that stands for. Outbreak Epidemic for Xbox. Probably not a great time to release that game.
Not the best.
Just saying.
Corona.
Or maybe it is the best time to make it.
I mean, yeah. There's a lot of memes.
Everybody
going
wants
on.
to do epidemic games and name coronavirus. Boom, money.
I'll go with that. Solid strategy.
Number 4 is Project Starship for the PlayStation. Number 5 is The Adventures of 00 Dilly for the PlayStation.
I'm at a loss. I don't know what that is.
I don't know either. Guy looked like a mannequin, like a crash dummy type of thing.
Oh, okay.
And he was sitting in like a minecart. I have absolutely no idea, but I assume that man is 00 Dilly.
00 Dilly, that's my boy.
Yeah. Or maybe it's 00 Dilly. I don't know how they want to do it.
00 Dilly. I feel like that's probably it. That makes...
Instead of like 007, it's 00 Dilly.
Yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to go with that.
Number 6 is The Unicorn Princess for PlayStation.
Is that...
Do we have a new number 1?
I don't know. If it's like if it's a successor to Fat Princess, then yeah, but...
Oh, I'm not sure if it is. I just know that it said The Unicorn Princess, and I was like, yes, definitely. Number 7, Yakuza Remastered Collection for the PlayStation.
What does that entail in remaster?
It's a collection of the remasters.
There's a lot of them. Is that all of them?
I saw 5 and I saw 0.
Okay.
And maybe a couple others.
Okay. I know there's a lot.
I didn't dive far into it. I was just
all
like,
right.
I know there's a lot of games in this one title, so we'll move on.
Yeah.
Thief Town for the Switch. Tilt Pack for the Switch. Florence for the Switch, and I think also the PC.
Okay.
Glass Masquerade 2 Illusions for the PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. Did you hear the first one? Because I didn't.
I was going to say, I've not heard of this spicy Glass Masquerade.
I love when there's a 2 or like a 3 or any other type of sequel, and I'm like, I don't remember ever hearing about the first one.
Nope.
Goblin Sword.
Interested.
For the Switch. Hidden for the PlayStation. Rise of Insanity for the Switch. Spaceland for the PlayStation and Xbox. Super Loop Drive for the Switch. Dreams is officially out.
That is, yeah, that's...
For the PlayStation.
People are going bananas.
People have been going bananas in that crap since it went early access.
Yeah.
And every time I see something that somebody posts, they're like, oh, yeah, we built this in Dreams, or I played this. I'm like, well, I don't understand. I just... mind blown.
It's just like a dev kit, essentially, kind of deal.
It's Little Big Planet on steroids.
Yeah, yeah.
Basically.
But I don't know. I guess from what I heard, it was more... like, you could do more with it.
Right, that's what I mean.
You know?
Like, on steroids part is that there are so many more tools in there, and you can... Basically, you could put Skyrim in Dreams, which Bethesda might be working on. You never know.
It's been a while. They got to re-release it again.
They put it everywhere else, so why not put it in Dreams? Darksiders Genesis for the PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. I don't know if you're a Darksiders person.
Not a big fan of them. I just tried to play one, and it didn't really grab me. But maybe I could revisit it. I don't know.
And then, as is tradition on this show, we call out simulation type things. So, Railway Empire for the Switch. Because who doesn't love trains?
Can't name one person.
Exactly.
I love trains. I love them, and that's
all that matters.
Yeah, right?
Everybody that's ever been on the show loves trains. I love trains. You love trains. Matt loves trains.
Matt really loves trains.
And boom, that's all it is.
Yeah.
Find me somebody that doesn't. I challenge you.
You might have me with this last one here.
Yeah.
This might be my new number 1.
And number 20, Kitty Maestro for the Switch.
I'm already bought it. I don't know what it is. I'm in.
I'm 100% in. I have absolutely no idea, but I'm in. And it's on the Switch, so you can play Kitty Maestro, portably.
That's all I want.
You can be at PAX waiting in line, and you're like, I'm playing some Kitty Maestro. Don't mind me.
I'm gonna try it, see if I can get the ladies with it. Yo, you ever play Kitty Maestro? It's pretty sick.
Yo, hey, you, yeah. You ever play Kitty Maestro? She's still walking away the entire time.
I'll get the next one. That's all right.
yeah. As the next one walks by. Hey! Just sitting in one of the hallways, just doing that the entire time. Hey! You like this game?
There's only one way to catch some fish. You got to throw a pretty big net. So
yeah, there's only one way to get kicked out of PAX too, and you're probably asking for it. You don't really need to be catcalling people. Hey, you see what I did there?
That's a cat joke. It's a feline.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have another word.
Neither do I. I was trying to think of another. I don't know one. But let's get right to the news.
Well, let's do it.
Let's get to the news because I know he's been saving rants. And let's just start with number one. It's simple. It's not even a news title other than the part that I already talked about at the beginning of the top of the show. But he's going to go on a rant, and I'm going to let him loose. Pokemon Home is officially out for Switch, phones.
Switching phones right now.
And the PC web is probably not live yet?
I haven't tried to log in there.
Okay, so sure. It's switching phones. Go with that.
All right, well, this is the main source of my troubles that I've had yesterday mostly. Well, Pokemon Home's out. There's a free version. There's a paid version. If you're going to use it, you probably want to use a paid version, even if it's just for a little bit. The free version, you can hold 30 Pokemon. Useless. No point in having that.
Who holds 30 Pokemon?
Well, I mean, that's child stuff. But then your paid version, 6,000. Seems a little excessive. I'm going to be honest. There's less than 1,000 Pokemon. 6,000 seems like it's a little much.
You can have 6 of each now.
I guess so.
Thoughts? 6 IV perfect, 6 shiny. 3 and 3. 3 non-shiny, 3 shiny perfects.
I'm going to be honest. I don't need 6 love discs.
You
I
sure?
don't need them. I don't need any.
You sure?
I don't want them.
Why do you not want love discs? It's Valentine's Day. Love discs are out.
So I had to trash them.
And also tomorrow we get Body Slam Lickitung.
I could go for a Body Slam Lickitung right now, buddy.
Who couldn't?
But so it's out. It's not fully equipped yet. At some point they're going to be adding Pokemon Go to it. They haven't yet, which is unfortunate because that's where a lot of my shinies are that I want to bring into the new generation, because I'd rather have them in a game than on Pokemon Go. But I did try to bring what I could from Pokemon Go into Let's Go, and then bring them from Let's Go into Shield, which I was like, oh, that'll be easy. It's not easy. So going from Go, I can only, you only got the Cantonian 151.
Okay, yep.
That you can do. And there's only like probably 60 of them that can go into Shield. So just from that list, I was like, all right, which ones do I have shiny? I had like 18 or so that I picked out that I was going to put in there.
Be careful. We're about to hit a lot of humble brags, and Nate's going to get slightly jealous this entire time.
Oh, I do have I could just run you through my list of cool shinies. But, there's about 18 that I picked. Put in one of the Go parks and Let's Go. I don't know if anybody remembers how this works. It's really stupid.
I think I did it once.
So you take them from Go, put them into your Switch for Let's Go.
Yep.
In the park. You go into, which used to be the Safari Zone,
right.
So the Go park. But then when they're in the park, you have to recatch them. They're already mine. I already caught them. Why do I got to recatch them?
Yep.
And you're thinking like, it's whatever. It'll take 5 minutes. 3 hours last night. I was
for
trying,
18.
One of them. I couldn't get my Melmetal. 3 hours. I'm just Ultra Ball, Golden Raspberry. I just could not get them. It just wouldn't let me. I mean, it's my shiny Melmetal. That's the brag right there. The main brag. Pokemon Go exclusive, so not a lot of people got them. Impossible. I could not catch him. I was hitting excellent throws, like 10 in a row, just nothing, and just could not get him. I don't know. I was about to give up. I almost gave up, and I finally ended up getting him off of I barely threw one, missed it, hit his leg, and it just caught him. But
not even a good throw.
Most of the rest of them went pretty easy, but he had a high CP, so that was the one I struggled with. I had 2 Mewtwo's that I was trying to bring in. Those were abomination. Those were equally as terrible, but Melmetal really took up the brunt of my hatred. Then I had shiny Eevee, shiny Arbok, and shiny Ponyta, and those just went bang, bang, bang once I was done. And at least those were all easy. But
shiny Arbok sucks.
He's gold.
He's urine.
That's debatable.
He's urine.
Okay, he might be, but he's a cool snake.
They did not make him shiny enough. It's
he's not bad.
Piss yellow.
All right. There's worse ones.
Yeah, fair enough. There's definitely worse ones, but
yeah, I don't know. It was a struggle. I was just really mad that I couldn't just port them over and just have them. The fact that I had to recatch. If they were easy to catch, then
so once you caught them in Let's Go, you were then able to just move them into Home.
Yeah, and that's you just open up Home on your Switch, and it just accesses your game data, which is really nice. You don't have to have the cartridge in there. It knows everything in your save file, and you can move them. Which is really you don't have to take out the game cartridge and whatever.
Switch and blah, 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 blah.
So that was the struggle that I had last night from moving my Pokemon Go stuff. And the day before, I had a huge...
How many days have you spent?
Oh, I've been doing it since it came out. It's just every night I'm like, oh my God, I got to transport. I have my...
This is a second job for you.
It really is. I have So I got all my stuff off of my
At what
DS.
point can I pay you to figure out my Pokemon Home?
If you give it to me, I got the paid thing, so I'll help you out. I got the DS version, which is Pokemon Bank.
Right. Which is getting turned off.
Yeah, essentially.
At some point.
It's free right now.
Yeah, because they're not letting you go back into Pokemon Bank.
Yes, it only goes up the
Yep.
chain. I had probably, I'd say, 300 to 400 in there.
Okay.
Maybe. And some of them, I had a virtual version of Crystal. This was the other frustrating part that I had to do. So I have virtual Crystal. I'm like, man, I want my Suicune and I want my Shiny Gyarados and all this, whatever, Typhlosion I'm going to bring up. The way I had to do that was so backwards. You have to put everything in box 1 in Crystal. So you boot up your Crystal game. You're like, all right, put everything in box 1 they want to trade. They can't have items on them. They just got to be whatever. Then I go into Pokemon Bank, which is like, oh, download Pokemon Transporter. Got Pokemon Transporter. It's the third app.
Oh, sorry.
And I go into my Pokemon Transporter, and you take one box at a time, and you put it into Pokemon Bank. You go into Pokemon Bank after you do that one transporter box, take them all out, and then clear that transport box. And then you go back into Crystal and get another box 1 ready, and then go back into Transporter and go back. Hours and hours. Oh, my God. I had to do...
So what is it? A box is 30?
20 in that
20
in that
game.
Yeah.
All right, so 20, and you transferred how many total?
There's probably 200 something in there. I only did like 100 because I gave up. I just got the legendaries
5 times.
And yeah, it was a lot of work. And then at least for the other games, it's pretty much just like a free trade. It's similar to how Pokemon Home works, like Pokemon Bank with like Sapphire and Ruby. You just kind of boot it up with a game cartridge in there, and you can just transfer freely.
Okay.
That's way easier, but it was a whole lot of struggles to get everything where I wanted it to be.
I say my Ruby's right there. It's in that Game Boy Advance.
Oh, I have Omega Ruby. That Ruby, I don't even. The Game Boy Advance ones, I don't know if you can bring up.
I don't know, but I just know that is in that cartridge right there.
That's pretty nice. That's pretty convenient. But yeah,
might not turn on.
It
but
might.
It's there.
You need some batteries.
Screen might not work.
Oh, that's tough.
It's I can only run around with my level 100 Blaziken for so long. My boy.
Yeah, there's not much you can do after that. But Pokemon Home overall, it's really good. It's a cool feature. I don't know why it's $15 a year. I think personally, and I'm assuming most people will do this, pay for it for the month that you need it, use a little bit, and then when a new game comes out or a new update, pay for that month and then use it.
Yep.
I'm assuming it works how Pokemon Bank did, and when you don't pay for the subscription, your boxes just get locked temporarily. You don't lose your Pokemon. They're just like, oh, you can't access those ones.
That's how I would assume, too.
That's how it worked before. I'm assuming it'll work the same way.
Right.
There's a lot of cool features in there. The Wonder Trade system, the biggest upgrade and the biggest lifesaver, quality of life, mass release. You can do that now. You couldn't do that before, so hatching eggs in Sword and Shield was a nightmare.
Yeah. The Wonder Trading on Home looked interesting, because I Wonder Trade all day on Sword if I could. But doing it in Home, I was like, oh, all right, that's
It's cool. Yeah, it's 3 and then 10. If you pay for it, you get 10.
Because I still have my copy of Let's Go.
Yeah.
So I might just take all my stuff that's on Let's Go and go.
Yep, that's definitely a good way to do it.
Just send it up, because I don't plan on not gonna play Let's Go again.
Yeah, no, I just did it. I'm glad I still had it just to transport all my stuff up.
Yeah.
But, I pretty much dumped all my shinies, everything I took from there, and put it onto Home for the time being.
Yeah, and I could just go shiny hunting in there once those are all up.
It's way easier in that
shinies
game.
in there.
It's way easier in that game to do it.
Yeah.
So for the Cantonian ones, I would do that.
Hurry up until you start spoofing and cheating in Sword and Shield.
No. No. What else did they have? Oh, the GTS is back. That's a really cool feature. I don't know if you ever used that in the past.
I did not.
Global trade system. It's essentially...
I might have used it once, actually, now that I think about it.
If you want a Pokemon, if you're like, man, I need one more to complete my dex, you can search for that and then set the parameters if you want whatever level, gender, and you just see what people put up, and they'll be like, oh, I want this. I want Bulbasaur. I'll give you my Squirtle or whatever. You know? It's a cool system. It's good they brought it back. It makes it easy to complete your decks if you're struggling with one thing.
Yep.
You got like 100 things. You got a little ways to go.
That's just the recent ones.
Yeah.
let's not even discuss that I didn't finish Kanto.
I mean, you did play that game a lot, so other regions. I mean,
Yeah, but they also did the same thing where they were like, "What if we had exclusives in Eevee and Pikachu?" I'm just like, "Oh."
I think I just used my Pokemon Go stuff.
Yeah, you
I think
probably
I sent them up the chain.
Yeah, I didn't.
But anyway, home overall, I'd say it's like 8 out of 10. Really annoying to move up certain things, but I know they're gonna add stuff later on. Maybe they'll make it easier. I don't know why it's not free. That's or maybe like $5 a year, but 15 seems very outrageously priced.
It's cheaper than Nintendo Online.
Which is all. That's also weird because their service kind of sucks. So 20, I'm like, that's fair, but it's not good. They don't like do the correct servers. They don't do the right thing. I don't know. They can't. They have the power to do it.
But what if they do more things with our boy Grand Oak?
That's all I want. That's the main character, the hero of the Pokemon.
No, the creator.
He is the creator. It's just Oak. If you haven't seen it, it's just Professor Oak with long hair and the coolest glasses that have ever been made.
Yeah, he is 100% cyberpunk hacker man.
It's fantastic. He's a character. I'm gonna be that guy that just like whenever people get tattoos of things that are way too fast, whereas like it just came out, I'm gonna do that. Like just get a Grand Oak tattoo for no reason.
What you should get is how much room do you have left on your body?
Not a lot.
You should get. Oh, maybe I'll do it. I'll just get. I'll begin a full sleeve of my left arm, but I'll start it on my like shoulder bicep with the different versions of Oak.
Oh, that'd be
in like a whole in like the Bohemian Rhapsody picture.
Oh my God! Yes,
where it's the 5 faces doing the Galileo scene.
I need to see that. I would pay for you to get that.
I would have to somehow tie it all into the whole sleeve if I was to do that, but that'd be pretty funny.
That sounds pretty neat.
Because there have been enough. I don't know if there's necessarily enough versions of Oak, unless you were like, oh, I'll do the 8-bit version and then the Let's Go version and then Grand Oak, or if you were just like, I'm going to do the majority of Pokemon professors type of thing.
Yeah, that'd probably be cooler. It's the professors,
or like the professor collage, but Grand Oak's face is the center of all.
He's
of it.
number one, top dog. Yeah. Grand Oak, come on.
I don't know why it's Grand Oak either.
Is it his like father, grandfather kind of deal? I don't really know. I just assumed it was
he's
the same
just
guy.
a grandfather. I assume.
Maybe it's grandpa's grandpa. You know what I'm saying?
He's probably your estranged grandfather that they never mention why your dad's always missing.
He's busy. You ever worked before? Come on.
They never discuss your father.
No. Why would they?
Yeah.
We
just have proud single mothers.
Yeah, that's cool. There's like one game where your dad's just a gym leader. It's Tone, right? Where your dad's just
yeah.
I'm just at the gym. What's up, son? How you doing? I'm just here all day, every day.
I'm just like, but mom needs food.
Yeah, nah, she's all right.
I'm just like, oh, all right. Well, I have my running shoes now. Thanks for the gym badge.
All right, see you later, Dad.
I'm going to go take my 12-year-old self and conquer the world.
He's 10, all right? I'll give him the 2 years.
It's even worse. There's nothing better than the Pokemon memes of like, you're 10? Take this wild beast and go conquer the world. I'll see you later, son.
Figure out life, okay? It is a pretty absurd concept.
I feel like your mother is probably similar to Eric Cartman's mom.
Ah.
Unknowingly the town whore.
Yeah, getting doinked by Mr. Mime left and right. You know what he was doing. He was clapping them cheeks. He's the only Pokemon with real hands.
Mr. Rhyme.
Mr. Rhyme. Oh, yeah. What an evolution. I'm glad he got it. What he finally deserved.
I'm so happy it exists. The same thing with Sir Fetched.
Yo, he's badass. He's really good, actually.
Yeah. Have you seen Shiny him?
He's a gold, right, or something?
Yeah.
He's pretty cool. I have a shiny regular Farfetch'd. And I don't know that. I'm assuming you can't, but like I know Cantonian one's different than Galarian. I don't know if I can evolve my regular one. I'm gonna try. I want to hope it works, but I don't think it will.
I assume you. Yeah, you're right. You probably can't because it is Galarian. Same way with like your shiny Rapidash that you showed off.
Yeah,
I was like, that is not shiny Galarian.
Oh,
Rapidash.
It is not. Which if you didn't, there's like 50-ish Pokemon that you can put into Sword and Shield now that aren't technically in the Pokedex, and then there's like I have Alolan forms of Pokemon that are in there. Like I have a Alolan Raichu in there now. Regular Ponyta, regular Farfetch'd. You can do Meowth, all forms of Meowth.
So before we move on too far, I do need to razz you because you have been brought up on this podcast unknown to yourself because I know you don't listen to it.
I actually listened to last week's episode, but that was because I was coming on here. I needed a little bit of
I need a little bit of
buffer.
buffer.
I'd say like I don't know, once every couple months I'll like listen to it, but I'm like that's not a lot.
Yeah.
I got too much going on. How
that's fair. Yeah. You can only listen to so many podcasts while you're shiny hunting in raids. Throw the shade. But I brought it up when the DLC came out.
Yeah.
Specifically based on our conversation we had in the group chat and I believe I read part of our group chat when I called you out for buying the DLC. And I know you've already bought the DLC too.
Day one. They're like, by the way, we're going to have DLC. I'm like, sold.
And I was like, Dewey was on the side of when we would get together and discuss it when we were at Matt's house, I think during E3 or
roughly around then.
Somewhere around then. Or we were hanging out for something, and you were ripping them apart for not having the national decks and it being the Sun and Moon team and all these things. And don't get me wrong, Hop is How. They are the same character.
That is correct.
You are basically the same character. Like, there are a lot of similarities, but I just wasn't into the furious rage that a lot of people were. Not that you were into the deep side of it, where some people were ready, I think, to go march on Game Freak. But
there are definitely people out for blood.
There was definite disappointment and upsetness from you that after a month of the game and you're like, I can't stop, and I was like, it's good.
It's the classic case of I had really torn it down, seeing everything coming out about it. Like, I don't know, a lot of the features that were going to be missing, lacking, which there was a fair amount of stuff that I was like, why didn't they have this quality of life thing? Why didn't they have this thing? Like, I don't know, one example is like the shinies in the overworld. I'm like, you just did that in the last game. Why don't you just carry that feature over? Things like that, where I was just like, it just seemed like they were just like, whatever, you guys dope. I don't care about you. We're just going to put out a game. But I did play it, and like right away, I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. Pretty much once I got to that wild area, I was like, this is sick. And I like the changing of it. It was really cool. It's Pokemon too, so I'm automatically going to like I knew I was going to like it even as much as I was complaining.
But you didn't finish Sun and Moon.
I didn't. Those are boring. I couldn't make it through basically the tutorial. I did like the first island. I think, honestly, that was it. It was such a snooze fest. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I didn't play my DS in a while.
I don't necessarily disagree with you because I wasn't high on those games either. But I wasn't as worried going into this game.
The unskippable cutscenes really did it for me. Like, where Pokemon, don't get me wrong, I like it and I read what's going on, but there's a point where I'm like, all right. And maybe I started off wrong by getting Ultra Sun. I skipped Sun and Moon. I got Ultra Sun, which was it's the same game, but more cutscenes. As if there wasn't enough.
Yeah. No, I did not do Ultra.
It was about, I would say, what felt like, maybe it wasn't this long, maybe it's just my own personal torture, probably 5 to 6 hours of the beginning cutscene talking, telling you how to play Pokemon, which I've been playing forever. And I was like, I get it. It was horrible. Like, where you get Rattata, where you fight the first one that's or whatever, Eradicate, that's the first little Isle trial.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That took me 6 or 8 hours to get to because I had to listen to them talk. It was miserable. Oh my God, it was so bad. And it just killed any energy of that new I'm going to grind and get some good Pokemon right in the beginning. It's how I like playing. And she was like, no, you just got to listen to them talk forever. But I don't know, that really, I just played that I don't know, maybe within the past year before that coming out. So I was really at a low point, and I was like, they got to really sell me. And I kept seeing all these bad things about this game, Sword and Shield. I'm like, I'm not even going to like it. But it was a pleasant surprise. So it's a pretty solid game. And the raid system, as kind of annoying as it is to play with friends, you can kind of do it easily, but
yeah, kind of.
Once you learn what you're going on,
if you're communicating about when everybody's starting it, it can kind of be easier. But
this is gonna probably hurt your brain to do it. I could just use Discord. Sometimes I do, but sometimes
I have a Discord server.
I know, but I mean, sometimes I'll get on PlayStation Party Chat and then end up playing my Switch with people that I'm in with because Nintendo chat is non-existent.
I mean, it's on your phone.
Yeah, but I'm not doing that. But yeah,
No,
so
use a PlayStation instead. It's so much easier.
well, I mean, just like I don't know, I'm going from playing a game like I'm gonna hop on Pokemon like when everybody's kind of chilling and not really playing a game together, and then
Right.
we'll all get on there and then just be in the PlayStation party chat.
Can I
playing our
even,
Switches.
can I even be in a PlayStation party when I don't have PlayStation Plus anymore?
Yes. You
Okay. I have no idea.
Can.
That's sort of how the last time I had to do anything with you guys.
Yeah, that's it's been a while, but yeah, you can. So that's kind of how I've done it with some of my people, just doing raids like that. But yeah, I don't know. The DLC, it looks good. There seems like they're going to add a lot, and it seems like they knew this. Before the release was coming out. I mean, obviously they knew it, but they were like, "Oh man, all these problems everybody has. It's gonna be really funny when we're like, we're selling them to you. All these issues you have, we're selling them to you." But I mean, game companies do a lot worse nowadays, and I hate to be that kind of person that's like, well, other people are worse, but I don't know. They've kind of been stingy with stuff in the past where you get, A and B game, and then C is the same thing, but a little bit altered, and you pay for that C game full price. Now it's just giving you the DLC. So
Right.
I'm all right with a $30 expansion. I'm okay with it. It's not the best. I don't want to pay $30 more for the rest of the game.
But you already did.
But I did. Yeah. I don't want to, but I'm going to. I want the rest of the game.
And you still won't be closer to a national dex.
I mean, I'll be 200 closer. That's not it, but it's we're getting there. The national dex is in, your Pokemon home app. Come on, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. So why do you need an expansion pass?
I can't play with them on there. I just look at them. That's boring. And I'm almost done with it already. I think I have 750 something.
Jeez.
Well, that's Ryan's fault because I took all his stuff from his DS.
Ah, I got
500 plus that he gave me, and he was like, "I have one of every state." So like, I looked at my Pokedex. I'm like, "You just did all the work for me. I didn't even know the way it works with uploading DS stuff. You don't know what's coming in until it comes in.
Okay.
So like, I'd give him my room code. I was like, "All right, just here's the room code. Put in your stuff," and then like it would tell me, "Oh, there's something being sent here," and I just click accept. And it's like, "There's 505 Pokemon." I'm like, "What am I gonna do with all these?" I filled up so many boxes.
Like, oh, I have so many.
Yeah. There's it have, like moves lists that you can kind of complete and like abilities lists.
Okay.
So there's a lot of like, if you're going for
A lot of
completion,
checklists.
there's a lot, even for me.
All right then.
That's enough about Pokemon though. I feel like I could talk about that forever.
Well, let me move you on to something that's coming up in the future.
Oh yeah, the very near future.
Depends on which story you think we're on.
Oh.
Number 2
Maybe I skipped one.
is a list of E3 exhibitors leaked this week. This coming from IGN. This list is confirming that multiple major game companies are attending the event, including Activision, Bethesda, Epic Games, Take-Two, and Ubisoft. But Jeff Keighley, the host of the E3 Coliseum, a series of panel interviews and presentations that's been running since 2017, says he is dropping out. So no Keighley for producing E3 this year.
How do you feel about that dropout?
I think that's just interesting. I don't know what it says about like E3 as a whole. When people are like, Sony's not going to be there. There's talk that Nintendo's going, but they're doing a different type of show now. And it's like, okay, I don't know what all of this means going forward.
I think it's just going to be the state of how it's just how things are. The media is like, so now we can get stuff right away. So it's easier for Sony to we'll just drop our own thing whenever we want to.
Yeah.
Like, oh, by the way, check our YouTube thing. We're doing a live thing, whatever. It seems like it's easier to just do it on your own time rather than have like a big event and compete with everybody else.
Right.
I think it's a good strategy kind of do it on your own like Sony's been doing because like now they don't have to like, oh, what other expectations are they trying to meet? They don't drop it against a bunch of other stuff. They just drop it on their own. And you're like, oh, this is great rather than like, well, this is good, but this other stuff that Xbox is doing is better.
Right. All makes sense. I just don't know what I don't know what E3 is going to look like yet.
I could see it being I could see this being like a trend, a downward trend of just getting more lackluster.
Oh, I don't think E3 is going to exist in a few years.
Yeah, that's kind of what
at least in the terms of what E3 used to be, will no longer exist.
It's already going downhill, and I think it's going to be.
They will still probably have a date around that same time where there's a bunch of press shows, but it is just no longer E3. It is just press week where it's all these games and all these. conferences and demo spaces and whatever, like a weird convention type atmosphere that just takes place over the course of a week.
Yeah, definitely. I could see that happening as well. Like pretty soon, I think. I don't know, just the nature of companies kind of trying to, I don't know, compete in a better way rather than just, I don't know. It's, if you've seen E3 the past couple years, you've seen how it's been.
Yeah, and it gets, EA's on Saturday.
Yeah.
Then there's some stuff on Sunday, the majority of stuff on Sunday. Then there might be something on Monday, and then you're like okay.
A Tuesday show.
The rest of it's all now. Tuesday's usually the Nintendo's Direct.
Yeah.
And then
the best day.
The rest of it is just people that are there reporting from E3 or showing you these games at E3 or whatever. And it's usually all press stuff after that. Press events for people to go play things, public people playing things, whatever.
The only thing people care about are Nintendo and Devolver. Come on.
More people need to care about Devolver.
I agree. I almost bought that arcade for Enter the Gungeon. And it was $4,000, but I was like, that looks pretty cool. I kind of want it. And I was trying to convince like one or two of my friends to be like,
we should all go in on this cabinet.
But like, keep it at I want it though.
Yeah. We should all go in on it, but it stays with me.
And it's mine, and you can't play.
Yeah, and you can't play it, and everything is mine. Do you want to read the next one? Do you want me to read all of them?
This next one's really long. You read this one, and
the
then
next one's not really long.
Are we on 3? Yeah, that's pretty long.
Okay, fine. I'll read it.
Nice.
It's not really that long. You should see. These are all short. I have read. So for here on the tablet, this is how short 3 is. I have had to read ones that are like all of this.
I would lose my place like 4 times. You know what?
Yeah,
I'll read 3. I got this one.
Matt will write sometimes paragraphs. He's like, this thing is long. We could probably start skimming through this. I'm like, nah, I got it. I'll just move.
You just read it. I have no idea what I'm saying.
Get to the end, and I'm like, hold on, I got to double back through this because I wanted to say something about halfway through.
Ubisoft is creating Prince of Persia VR escape room called Prince of Persia: The Dagger of Time. That sounds amazing.
Right? Who doesn't want more Prince of Persia? When's the last time anything good came out of that? The movie? Oh, no.
Oh, God, no. Prince of Persia 2, probably.
Is that Sands of Time?
Yeah, that was a good one. I don't know if there's been more good ones since. From Kotaku. I'm sorry. I went too quick.
Kotaku.
Kotaku, as typical escape rooms, players need to solve puzzles correctly to succeed in stopping a new threat and escaping the fortress. And since it's a Prince of Persia game, they will also utilize the... What? I don't know what this word is.
Hold on, and I will reopen my dock on my phone because my tablet was about to die.
Eponymous?
That's a big word.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, scroll. Eponym. Oh boy,
Eponymous. I don't know what that means.
Some type of monarch's dagger.
Yeah, I don't know if that's like a word.
Imperious, Emponius, Imperimus. I don't know.
Whatever it is. Anyway,
that is the first time I think I've ever been truly stumped on a word and I'm not positive. Eponymous.
That's whatever that is. Where was I? They will utilize the Ponymus Monarch's Dagger of Time. Maybe this is like a game reference that I'm not getting.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Okay. To bend and shape reality, which Cyril
Voiron,
executive producer of Ubisoft's escape games, promises will be a one-of-a-kind and immersive experience.
Would you play a Prince of Persia cooperative VR escape room?
Honestly, I would probably do any escape room, but cooperative VR and Prince of Persia sounds really fun and really cool. This whole thing does sound pretty sick. I'm curious to see how they would implement everything and kind of do it. I don't know. I guess an escape room, I'm thinking typically you want to be like half an hour to an hour tops-ish, because after a while you're gonna be like, all right, I need to get out of here. So
I think an hour top is your max.
Yeah,
for what my tolerance would be.
Yeah, after that I'm like, I'm all right, I'm over this. But yeah, I don't know. That sounds really cool.
I'm like, I'll get out. I'll just break everything in my way.
It sounds very interesting. I'm curious about that.
I don't know how it'll be the VR is whatever. It's the VR cooperative where I'm like, one, I don't have a VR headset. 2, how many other people, like, because I wouldn't want to get in it with strangers.
No, that sounds uncomfortable.
I wouldn't want. I would want to be in there with people I know.
I have a fun story about doing an escape room I got paired with strangers.
Oh,
Very unfortunate. We had a group of 6, and they were like, well, this is other group of like 6 people. We're just going to put you all in the same room. And it was a room for like maybe 4 people. It
so
was
they
like
put 12 of you in there.
It was way too many people. And it was just, we had like a bunch of clues to read, and it just was like 2 teams of like us and these strangers that we were in the room with. We weren't helping each other because we're like, I don't want to talk to these people.
Yeah,
and it was,
you're basically just trying to find your way out before the other team fights and leave them in there.
But like we were sharing clues or like talking, and it was a very awkward situation where I was like, we had a side and they had a side, and we're like, oh, we don't want to deal with them. And I'm like, why did this happen? But
the one and only escape room I've done, there were 8 to 10 of us. I don't remember how many there were. And
we do this.
We were in Destiny.
Okay, which the like escape rooms that are like in the single room or like the 5 wits thing.
Not the 5. The upstairs one where you're in a single built room.
That was the one I was with multiple people for. 2 groups.
So I was in there with 8. I was in one of them with like 8 to 10 people or whatever. I can't remember what the objective was. We were in like I think it was a prisoner type one.
Okay.
Like Alcatraz type thing.
Yeah.
And we had to just obviously escape.
Yeah.
But I was in there and there were so many of us and there were too many of us for the room because there were only so much you could be doing.
I'm 99% sure the one we did was also Alcatraz. But so picture your situation, but it was 6 people you knew and 6 people you didn't know.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, I knew some people. I didn't know some people anyway, just because of the way the group was. But they were running around and they're all kind of doing stuff, and they're all trying to. There is no order to how they're solving things.
No.
They're just pulling clues out of thin air. So I was just sitting in the back, kind of just listening to everybody, and I'd hear one person say something that is what the other person's looking for, but they hear nobody. So I'm going, you need to talk to them. You talk to them, and I'm just like directing traffic.
Like,
because
all right,
they don't
let's get it together.
They don't understand how to talk to each other, and then we were out of there decently quick. I think it was. I don't remember if it was the same room or if it was a different room that I wasn't with them the night before, and they didn't get out in time.
Okay,
they missed it by like 1 clue or something.
And then you got in there and you smoked it.
Well, we got in there and we did it in half the time it took them. Like the time was I think 45 minutes, and we were out of there in a little under 20, maybe like 18. Okay. And they're like, because they did one the night before, or the afternoon before, and then I met up with them for dinner that night, and then went back out the next night they wanted to do another escape room, and then we were gonna go see a movie and stuff. So we went and did the escape room, but the entire night before, they're like, "Oh, we wish we'd had you. We needed that one more person just to help us and whatever." Yeah. And I was like, "I don't think I'm that good. I've never done this. I'm like, I've never done an escape room. I don't know what the problems would be or anything that I would be helpful in." And they're like, "Yeah, no, you would have been fine. You would have figured it out, and we would have helped us all." I'm like,
and then you did it. You were that X Factor.
But then we even get to the next one though. I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
They were all the ones solving the things. I would just occasionally look over her shoulder and be like, "No, that's not what you're supposed to be looking for. You got to look over here." As if I already knew, I was almost saying it in a way that I knew the answer. But
making them feel confident in what they had.
Yeah, like if you heard me say it, you'd be like, he already knows the answer. Why is he not just doing it?
Yeah.
But I'm like, I have no idea what the answer is. I just know you're not looking at the right thing.
Yeah.
You need to be looking at this thing. And they're like, "Oh, okay." And then they would find it. But I was just like,
you just help.
There's too many of you. And you're all like scurried rats just running in different directions.
I don't know. I had that problem because we just got paired up literally last minute.
Yeah, you paired up with randoms.
And it was like a group of like probably 30s to 40s, a bunch of couples that were all there, and they're all like really drunk and just like having a good time at the mall, which is no shame on them for doing that. But it was just a very weird group of people to like newly interact with.
Right.
And we were not meshing well, our 2 groups. But I don't know. It's escape room. I think VR experience of that would be cool, but I don't know. I'd have to see how it's implemented and what they do with it.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
I could see that going pretty well,
or terrible,
or absolutely horrible.
It's just the VR. Like, how do you see certain things?
I'm
intrigued.
Definitely intrigued. That's the right word.
Yeah, I would enjoy watching somebody do a let's play of it.
Yeah. Okay. But
I don't know if I would enjoy playing it.
That might be more fun than doing it. I I like VR, and I was like super about it, and then I like actually started doing it, and I'm like, oh, I get really nauseous doing this, and I can't do this.
Well, the only time I got really nauseous was when I did the PSVR. I was like,
because the frames are rough. Honestly.
Well, it
launch
wasn't the
one, at least.
PSVR itself, so I shouldn't besmidge the entire PSVR.
Yeah.
It was rigs.
Oh yeah,
Because I played rigs when we were doing all our VR demos
Yeah.
at PAX that year with all 5 of us. I played rigs, and I got so motion sickness that I was just sitting. I had to when we did it at the end of the day, so we left the show floor as they were closing it, and then we got up to the first level there, and I just had to sit down against one of the windows for like 20 minutes. I was like, I'm messed up. I
Yeah.
need to relax.
it's. I'm assuming I haven't gotten the newer one, but I'm assuming it's better, and I know the other headsets are way better.
The headset
So-
didn't even bother me that much. It was just Riggs' motion was.
It was wonky.
Because even when we did I was on the Oculus.
Yeah, with the space whatever game and that kind of stuff.
With the ocean,
Yeah.
and then the
Those were fine,
drawing,
yeah.
and then the disc shooter.
Yeah,
I was completely fine the entire time. Didn't even react. But then jumping around and everything in Riggs, I was like, I'm gonna vomit.
I'm with you.
And there were times I was like so happy that because for those ones they had the screen above you playing what you were seeing.
Yeah,
But I was like, I'm so happy nobody can see my eyes right now because I would just be kind of looking at stuff and I would just close my eyes and be like, all right, just settle yourself back in.
just take a minute.
Just close your eyes. All right, kind of look around, move the controller like you know what you're doing, so it doesn't look like anybody else thinks anything of it.
I'm not.
All
I'm
right,
not
open
stopping.
up and let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an interesting time. Take the next one too.
Okay.
Next one's even shorter for you. You can't screw this one up. No big words.
This is there. I mean, there's a couple big words. Come on.
Really?
No. All right. PAX East. Woo. Let's get it going.
2 weeks, and you and I are in Boston.
We are gonna be kissing.
I don't
All
think
over
so.
Boston.
Listen, it might be okay. All over Boston. If we are kissing other people all over Boston, I'm fine with that.
We're kissing each other. Don't worry, guys. Nate doesn't like to kiss and tell. He'll just keep that our secret.
Whatever you see on the show floor is not true.
It's true.
Nope.
All
Only
right.
if I can find Xavier Woods.
My man. I hope he comes back.
He's going to be there. He's supposed to be. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Because Up, Down, Down has a panel.
I read the list, but there's also 500 million people there,
Yeah.
so it's a lot.
Up, Down, Down has a panel, and I believe he's in one of the ACK Inc. shows. I assume
Cool. Oh yeah, that'd be nice then.
one of the D&D runs. It
It
was funny when we saw him last year, right on the show floor, like by Square,
Yeah.
and he just kind of like stared at us, and we stared back.
Yeah.
And we're like, are you staring at us?
Are you-
First off, not staring at me. He's staring at my giant tatted friend who has a fucking rat on the side of his head.
Is probably what he's looking at.
So it's
I'm gonna be honest.
It's 100% what he's staring at. But he's just looking at us, and we're looking at him, and he's looking at us, and looking at him. And we're like, all right, so we're just not going to say anything because
Yeah.
this just now seems awkward. But we 100% should have said something.
We should. I mean, to be fair, also he was in a group of people like completely swarming him, so I didn't want to also add to that
he
group.
He was being swarmed, and then it was like, I feel like you have probably places you want to be.
Yeah.
So like, I don't like interrupting some of those people sometimes. But yeah, you have a swarm.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't want to add to it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I felt.
But at the same time, Xavier Woods, if you're listening to this and you remember looking at a guy at PAX East last year with a rat on his head or more skull tattoos, I know where you can find him next year.
We're coming back.
I
For
know. I know where you can find him in 2 weeks.
All right, PAX East. We got Last of Us 2 playable. What are we doing?
Last of Us 2 is going to be playable at PAX East.
Are we gonna be?
There's
waiting?
no way in hell we're probably going to be able to do
Let's
it
see.
because remember the way Sony does things. It's
5
probably
hour-
well, it's probably by that 9 a.m. app sign up would be my
Okay.
guess. They would
Okay.
probably do it that way, where like you got to log in and you got to sign up at 9 a.m. That's when registrations open and they fill up in the first 10 seconds and you don't get any.
Yeah, I imagine I'll do. The
I
same
will
thing.
try. I am going to try to pull some strings, but I'm not positive it'll work
That might be tough. It's gonna be a
because
tough.
that's going to be
year.
a very hard one to pull.
Yep, that'll be really tough. I hope we can get into it, but I also don't want to wait like 5 hours online either.
No, neither do I. But I will use what we can to try to finagle a way in.
Let's hope for the best there.
Yep.
Borderlands 3 DLC reveal.
There's a new DLC, and it's getting revealed at PAX East.
They do love dropping stuff. Gearbox loves them some PAX East.
Gearbox loves them some PAX is, I think, just in
Yeah,
general.
that's true.
But yeah, PAX East last year was Borderlands 3 announcement. So why not more DLC?
I am gonna be honest. I did not play the other DLC that came out for it.
I didn't either. Mad
Sounds
Moxie's Revenge.
right.
Moxie's Jackpot Heist.
That's it. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't not like the game. It's Borderlands. I love it. I just played it, and then something else came out, and whatever, probably Pokemon, whatever. I don't know what time.
I did a lot in Borderlands, but then by the time the DLC came out, I was just like, I've played enough.
Yeah, what I did with the last one, like Borderlands 2, I let a couple come out, and then I played them all at once.
Right.
Probably do that again. So maybe with this DLC review, I'll be hyped.
Yeah, depending on what like season pass stuff is, maybe I'll be about it. And yeah, it depends on what's in the DLC too.
I bought the season pass with the game because I'm one of those.
Never
so
mind.
I got them. But like, am I playing them? No. And then Platinum Wonderful 101 to be at PAX.
Were you a Wonderful 101 player?
I was not.
I wasn't either. But did you see the Kickstarter that came out for it?
Yeah, I did see, and I see a lot of hype, and I'm like,
and it's
what
just
did I miss?
The Kickstarter blew through its goals.
Oh, yeah.
It was like 1.5 million or something. Like it just shot there in a day.
Yeah, that's it's cool to see those kind of things. This is one thing that I don't know. I saw a lot of it on Twitter like recently, and I'm like, I don't know what this is.
I saw a bunch of people being hyped for it, but I was just like, all right.
Basically, yeah. Not my.
I dabbled on it in like demo stores. I was like, all right, Mom, you're gonna do the groceries. I'm gonna go play video games. And you walk down to electronics in Walmart and you look up at the screen to break your neck, and you're like, I'm gonna play the Wii and play Wonderful 101.
That is probably why I have all my neck problems from all those times I was doing that.
Oh, 100%. It's just.
But yeah, that's pretty sick. That's pretty cool.
It's just interesting. I mean, there's a lot. The PAX East exhibitor list got released. What is going to be playable got released for the most part. The panel list is out, so there's a lot of. Now we're in the 2-week ramp up cycle, so now everything is starting to come out about what is going to be going on at PAX East, save for some announcements, I'm sure, some surprise fun things.
Definitely hear that either right before or whatever.
Yeah, or like the DLC thing you won't hear until we're actually there. So
I know you'll probably do more of this next week, but do you have one big panel thing that you're like really looking forward to?
I always look forward to their D&D panel.
Honestly, you sold me last year or whatever when we went. That was fantastic. It was a really good time.
Yeah, I think it was last year. Last year was the first year. It was just you and me.
Yeah,
and I dragged you to the D&D panel.
It was fantastic. I was like, I'm not sure how I like this. Oh, I loved it. I was like, where's the rest? Like, I need to see like 3 more days of this.
Yeah, there are 2. There's one on Saturday and then there's one on Sunday.
Awesome.
Not the same group, but the same.
The higher tier and then the lower tier. I imagine.
Yeah, it's the the A team and the C team.
Yeah. Yep.
But they're still both quality.
Yeah.
And it's fun. That always has me something to look forward to. Maybe the What's Good Games panel.
Okay.
Andrea Renee, Christine Steimer, and Brittany Brombacher.
Is there a topic of what they're doing, or?
I don't think there is yet.
Okay.
I think they're just using it for also doing like their podcast for the week.
Yeah. All right. That's cool. I like when people do that.
I believe you were with me for that one too last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
But otherwise, it's kind of. It didn't necessarily look like a weak time for panels, but there was nothing really jumping out at me.
I read it and I didn't see a lot of heavy hitters. The only one that
like Up Down Down's cool because of Xavier and the rest of his crew, but I don't watch any of their content on YouTube because I already have too much backlog on YouTube to watch everything I want to.
Yep. The only one that was really, I mean, not the only one, but there was a couple things. There wasn't anything like whoa crazy cool, but recently I got into Austin John, plays a lot, his YouTube stuff, Pokemon YouTuber. So he's doing a panel there, which is, I think his is like how, if not like how to be a YouTuber, but like kind of how his setup is and like how he keeps everything and all that kind of stuff. And it seems kind of cool. But
there's another one, and it's not the same people that I've watched in years previous. Like, I think my first 2 years at PAX, I watched them. But there's ones doing Geek Bar stuff again, discussing like how to set up a geek bar and like what you need to do, like the things people don't think about. Like they usually kind of discuss their bars and some stories from their bars for half the panel. I don't know if that's how this one's going to run. This is how the ones previously ran. You would do that, and then they would take questions for the second half, like what are some stories from your bars? Like what's the one time, like how do you handle somebody that just shows up and drinks water the entire time and plays games because usually the games are free.
Yeah.
So like how do you handle that? Blah, 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 blah. Or some people there are trying to open one, so they have more businessy questions.
Yeah.
And it was always interesting for me to sit and just listen to some of them because sometimes they're just things I would never think of, and sometimes I also just want to sit down.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad you said it.
So if I can get something that is slightly enjoyable to listen to and sit down the entire time, like, yeah, because walking around PAX puts a toll on you.
Yeah, because it's, you walk to the convention center and that's not bad. Then you get there and you're like, oh, I'm just on my feet and walking all day and doing all this kind of, you're walking around constantly in the convention center. And it's huge.
You're never not on your feet usually. Yeah. I mean, if you sit down to play a game or something, maybe like that, but even then, you might not be there for that long.
Yeah, and when you're in,
I think the longest we sat playing any game was trying to figure out that damn board game.
Oh yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, we were there for a little bit.
We were probably there for 45 minutes.
But yeah, especially when you get to like day 2, 3 of just you know.
Saturday beats you down.
Yeah,
Thursday won't be bad as much because we'll be able to move pretty quick. It's a little bit thinner. Friday, ramp up that population. Saturday, population overload. So not only are you on your feet, but now you're on your feet and you're in get out of my way mode.
Yeah. Knocking people over. I'm
going
that.
Shoulders first, man.
I'm not above it.
I'll give him the Goldberg spear. Get out of my way. You should picture me just sprinting across and then spearing somebody.
I've shouldered somebody and knocked them over once in a crowded airport, and I didn't feel bad about it. Honestly, I had to get to my connecting flight, and I absolutely laid this person out, and I was like, ooh, turned around, gave him that, kept going. Didn't even ask if they were all right. Just kept it going.
I've like locked up my arms just to like, all right, I'm not gonna drive my shoulder. I'm just not gonna take the brush lightly. So like I know they're gonna hit me, but I'm not gonna back down.
Yeah.
But I've never done the
I went into
get
it.
out of my way.
I was just frustrated and I was like kind of time crunch and I was like, oh man.
That's it, random person.
Well, he was just not looking. He was on his phone. I'm like, oh, at an airport? Oh, you're going to get it, buddy. And I just drilled him. And I was like, oh, man, that was kind of hard. And then he hit hard. And I was like, ooh. And I was like, oh, I don't really want to be. I'm going to get out of here.
See, when people are on their phone around me and they're walking towards me, I just clap really loud and make them think a gunshot went off.
And they did make a grown man, probably 45, absolutely shit his pants. He was on his phone, not paying attention, walking around the streets and just got that gunshot.
Yeah, I think he had AirPods in or something. He was walking right at us, just buried in his phone. And was it night at that point? Because we were looking for a bar, weren't we?
It was dark.
And he's just heads down, has no idea we're in front of him. And he's just, oh.
If you would have asked him for his money, he would have given it to you.
Oh, 100%.
You could have been like, your wallet, sir. And he'd be like, oh, my bad. All right.
He was just, and then he looked at me and he's like, oh, because I started laughing and he started laughing. I was like, yeah, dude, I'm not actually, I'm just trying to head up, man.
Yeah, pay attention.
Oh, it was a good time. It was a good time. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for PAX. Every time it gets closer, it doesn't matter. I'm like, just give me that hit, man.
Dude, it's a great experience.
It's why I debate going west every year for PAX West or going south for PAX South. Like, I'm like, yeah, or going to E3, like all those events. I'm just like, yeah, give me more.
We should hit a West in the future.
All right. Yeah, the only way we're doing that is we also rope Matt, and we need to split this bill as small as possible.
We'll get him.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'll give him whatever he wants. Matt, if you're listening, buddy.
I don't think he's the one you're going to have to please. I think we need to bribe Sam.
We can get her to go.
No.
Just to get it out.
She stays here, but we need to bribe her to let him come with us.
That's going to be tough.
Yeah.
That's going to be tough.
Somebody's got to watch Milo.
All right.
Let's move on to number 5. The Stardew Valley developer is working on 2 new games.
Woo!
Eric Barone, the one-man developer behind Stardew Valley, confirmed via his Twitter account that he is working on 2 new games. Barone went on to clarify that one of them will not be related to farming, but will, however, be set in the world of Stardew Valley.
That is 2, count them, 2 new games.
Count them 1, 2, 2 new games. It is impressive how that game has done.
It's for such a simple game.
It constantly goes over, like, not constantly, but there are usually always a big update. And Ray, the streamer you were watching with for both, has played through it, I think, 5 times.
I've only watched. I haven't played it, but it is really cool, and it's just, oh man, it's really good.
Like, air quotes, beating the game
Yeah.
can happen at the end of like year 2, and you find out whether or not your grandfather's ghost is proud of you or something like that. But there are other people that have gone to like, I'm in year 10, and I'm like,
You're extremely
what?
too far.
Are you addicted? Do you need help?
Yeah.
Are you okay?
No, typically they're not okay.
No, usually. Annie.
I'm not giving you that one.
Oh, come on.
But yeah, that's cool. That's interesting. Another one set in the world, but not
Yeah, but not
related to
farming. So urban city planning.
I mean, anything's possible, I guess.
Or what if it was, I don't know. Yeah, what if it was like like urban coffee shop?
That could be pretty cool.
So you're set in the universe because you get your
you get your beans.
You get your beans from Stardew Valley delivered, and then you are running a coffee shop, like local. You know, we're no chain organization.
Yeah, we're local brew.
And instead of fighting Joja, you're fighting Sky Bucks, Sky Dollars. I don't know. Whatever the version of Starbucks would be.
Yeah,
you're fighting them off while you're this lowly coffee shop, and you try to expand. Then you get more stores, and you're slowly bringing the home brew back.
I am going to be really disappointed when the new game isn't this game, because that sounds way too fun.
It would definitely be interesting. It'd be like one of those. I can't remember what the name of some of the Empire games are.
Yeah,
like Empire Diner or stuff, kind of. But you're, all right, that's that store. You get that store up and running. You get enough money to buy another spot down, 4 blocks over. Boom! Now you have 2 spots. You're making double. It's like Lemonade Stand, but on a much bigger scale.
I definitely think that would be a cool. And just how that game works in that setting, I think that would do well too. I feel like a lot of people would be into that.
And then you have some customers that came into town for things that you recognize from Stardew Valley. Like some of the villagers come in every now and then, and you're like, "Oh, that's so and so." Ah, cool.
Oh,
it's like a relational thing.
Call
I understand.
back.
Yeah. Call back. Oh, let's take the next one. Next one's shorter.
Okay, what do we got here?
We're on 6. Number 6.
We are on 6. Half-Life Alyx finally has a release date. It is exclusive to compatible VR headsets, and it'll be released on March 23rd, 2020. That doesn't seem right. I think that's very close.
I feel like that's super hot. No, close.
Hello, Max?
Max just doing his thing, man.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
That is really close. I mean, that is a month and a week away. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if they're going to hit that, but if they've been really working on it for as long as they say they have, it's 100% plausible.
It should be, yeah. If they've been working on it that long, it should be done.
But man, if that really dropped right then, with now Cyberpunk being out of the way and stuff,
yeah,
that's all you're going to hear about for a while.
Maybe that is their strategy of like, oh, we kind of got it ready. Let's like push it forward a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't think you want to release a VR game that's half, especially with the name Half-Life on it. Because if it's not good, you're going to get raked.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess you'll have to see more news. I don't know. I could see it if it. I don't know. I don't know why it would come out that soon if it's not ready. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense.
I would think the same thing.
It doesn't make sense to drop it half done.
I don't. It seems so soon.
Yeah, we just got announced. I feel like recently.
Yeah, we just like 3 months ago had the
ago?
trailer.
Yeah,
and now we're like, all right, the game's out. And I'm like, oh, easy, Bethesda.
It did feel way too quick of a turnaround for that.
But hey, good for the people that care, right?
Yeah, not me.
I'm curious more just to see how it goes. I'm not gonna play it. Matt's gonna be like, "Oh, I need to get a VR headset."
Loser.
But the best part is he's down south and probably doesn't know the game comes out in a month and a half because now his timeline has gotten all jacked up again for PC upgrades.
Yeah.
Number 7. This next one comes from VG247. The super rare. This is just a fun tidbit for you. The super rare Nintendo PlayStation Super NES CD-ROM prototype is up for auction, and it could be yours if you can afford it. Developed in a joint effort by Sony and Nintendo around 1992, it's said to be the last remaining prototype of the alleged 200 created by the two companies. The opening bid was set for $31,000, but the current bid is over $48,000. And I'm going to expect it to get much higher before the auction ends on February 27th. So that will officially be sold while we're in Boston.
When did you get that price?
A couple days ago.
I saw the price this morning, and it was like $200K, I believe.
Okay, so like I said, it's over 48,000.
Yes, it is over 48,000. I'm pretty sure it was like $200K. I could try to Google that to verify, but I think that's what it was at this morning when I saw it.
$200K, man, for a prototype NES.
I mean, there's people that want it.
Prototype CD-ROM NES.
There's people that
initially ended up dividing PlayStation and Nintendo.
Yeah, it only has one.
Because they're like, we're going to do the CD thing, and they're like, no, you're not. And they're like, oh, okay, we're just going to take the technology then. Here's your PS1.
Yeah.
They're like, and Nintendo's like, but these cartridges, what if you just blow on them?
There's only one like game that was made for it, right? I zoned out a little bit there. I'm sorry.
No, that was just a prototype. If I remember right, the PS1 came out, and then they took I don't remember if it was the NES or what it was, and released it without that, and then later put the CD pack on it. And they're like, all you have to do is just combine these things.
Yeah.
And people are like, what? No, just buy that. Not to mention the PS1 worked. I think it's a DVD player at the time or whatever it was.
Yeah, I think so.
So everybody
CD, whatever.
Yeah, CD player, whatever. Everybody was like, oh, yeah, that.
Anyway, I don't know. That's cool if you have that kind of money to do it.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of money.
Cool piece, I guess, of history to keep, but I don't know. 200,000 is a lot of money for useless.
I'll save you. I got the next two.
All right.
You get number 10, so go ahead and prepare yourself.
Nice. I'm ready.
Number 8, PUBG is getting an 8v8 deathmatch mode. The mode will be first person only with respawns and no friendly fire. There are 8 spawn kits, or loadouts, to choose from, and health regeneration will depend on your boost gauge. Kills and assists will fill it, and it'll gradually restore your health after not taking damage for 5 seconds. Matches last 10 minutes, with the first to 50 kills taking a victory. Expect to earn battle points for your trouble, but there won't be any Survivor Pass XP rewards. Survivor Pass is their battle pass.
I'm going to pull the Matthew here and hope that this is the end of Battle Royales. If this is the downward slope.
I hate to tell you, but Call of Duty launched their Season 2 Battle Pass, and there is now a menu option in the game when you can choose campaign, multiplayer, or co-op that it says classified, and I would put money on it that it's a Battle Royale mode.
I also would bet that. But
especially if you saw the trailer for Season 2, in which Ghost is in it, and I'm like, yay, Ghost, yay, that's a reference.
It is a reference.
I've always wanted his balaclava.
It is pretty sick. That was a cool character.
I don't ever look, as buff as any soldier ever, but
they're pretty swole.
I just want that sweet balaclava and to do tactical dumb shit because I'm a weeb and a half, I guess.
He's a badass. Everybody wants. I get it.
I want to be a badass, but I don't want to put in the work. Yep, that's me.
Same.
Fight me.
But yeah, I don't know. But that's cool. That's cool. Good way to try to save themselves to get more people.
Yeah, I don't know how
much.
I still don't know how well it's doing. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people still play it, but Apex has seemed to kind of take over, and Fortnite is never going away. Fortnite's still king.
Fortnite's gonna be there forever. Yeah, Apex people have been really getting back into that,
and it just dropped its new season a couple weeks ago. We talked about it on here.
Yeah, crazy
Revenant
hype video type. Yeah, that's cool. That's
you get the Mirage Voyage.
I don't know. I don't know a lot of people.
I hopped in and played Apex for a little bit. I still enjoy it.
Yeah,
it's
Apex is good. I don't think a lot of people play PUBG. A lot of people that I knew played it. It's dying.
I want to say maybe I put 30 hours in, but I'm not positive about those numbers. It might be less than that. It might be in the teens.
Yeah, probably that's around the same.
Because Kenny and I played it on PC, and I was constantly just like, I can't stand this.
And they didn't.
Like, I enjoy playing it with you for a little bit, but it's not good.
The game's got to be good.
As far as I'm concerned, it's not good.
That's, I think, I don't know. A lot of people kind of fell off it, so maybe that's a good way to bring people back to it, but I don't know. It's not really Battle Royale game mode, though, so I'm not sure.
Ooh, new headline. MLB is raising minimum salary for minor leaguers in 2021. That just came across my phone, but that's an important thing, and I'm going to call it out because I love baseball. So,
baseball.
Number 9, Quantic Dream, the studio behind the likes of Heavy Rain and Detroit Become Human, plans to work independently of external publishers moving forward, noting in a blog post that the studio now considers itself fully independent and after 23 years is now in a position to self-publish.
I don't know what that means for that style of game.
I don't think it means anything really that bad because they were also the ones that Sony let come to PC because they released those games on the Epic Games Store and stuff like that. So I don't think it hurts that style of game, especially because I'm going to butcher. I can't remember the studio now that does Until Dawn and Man of Medan. There's a studio there that had that series. That's supposed to be a series where there's supposed to be another one too. So I don't think that style of game is going anywhere. And I think Detroit Become Human is still going to be a thing. But I think they're just going to be able to do it, even if they're funded by Sony for anything. They're just not going to get. They're like, we'll take care of the publishing and be able to put it on PlayStation and PC or Xbox, whatever. No, they're probably just out of the exclusivity rights, but still. I don't think it's going to hurt that style of game anyway.
That's good because...
Especially because Detroit Become Human was great.
I played Heavy Rain.
I did not play that
back in the day. Yo, it's so good.
I don't need to play the depressing... Have you ever heard the Kumail Nanjiani?
Oh, yeah. I heard it, and I loved the game, and I was like, that's the game!
Yeah.
And it's so... the controls are clunky because it was, PlayStation 3. It was, a little bit back in the day, and I think they went more with... You're just going to kind of watch this and kind of like, the controls were bad. But
and the goal in the middle because I didn't press X at the right time.
I love
it. It's so good.
It was, the game controls were clunky, but the story was fantastic. Like, probably better than Detroit, in my opinion. I liked it a lot. It was very good, and it was like shocking. Like, I was like,
I feel like the Detroit story really can take a lot of negative turns depending on how you play.
Mine was
like when. That's what I do love. I love about these games, though, or these style games. The same thing with Until Dawn and Man of Medan. Not so much those two, a little bit, but not as much because they
don't stray as much.
They're the horror genre more, where Detroit Become Human and Heavy Rain had a lot of heavy hitting emotional moments. Based on my knowledge of it, not playing it, but
it was very dark and heavy. That's correct.
The Detroit Become Human. I think somebody's shoveling across the street. The Detroit Become Human, some of the narrative was pushing a lot of thoughts or controversial talking points and when is an AI real, or when do they get rights and all that stuff, which is not far off from certain political discussions we have now.
Yep, that's they hit the nail on the head.
There are definitely a lot of those, but then when we got to sit down, you, me, and Matt, and Sam was with us, as we were all at the house and we're going through all these choices, and you're like
talking about the same game and being like, I don't even, where did you do this?
Yeah, and I'm getting screamed at because I let so and so die or whatever.
Yeah,
and Sam's like, "What? You killed so and so?" I'm like, Yeah. Screw them. I don't have time for this.
Yeah, no, those games like, Heavy Rain and Detroit, those let you choose so many different ways and we were talking about it and it was like, I don't remember doing this, or I don't even know who that person is. I don't even see that character.
So I remember one of them. I was like, so when you're in the street fight and you're having to go through and you guys are like, street fight? What quick time event did you do? I was like, nobody got into a sweet street fight with me and what's her name? Just kicking ass? Nobody?
Yeah, nope.
And you're like, no. So then now here we are. We go start watching cutscenes because that game allowed you to see your friends' percent choices. And so we were able to kind of figure out which one of us landed because we knew we only had so many other friends that played it.
I'm excited to see what another title they do, what kind of direction
I hope for a Detroit Become Human 2.
That'd be cool.
Or something either further into that, not necessarily a direct sequel with characters because I don't know how you would
just more
pull them
things
forward. I guess you could kind of pull them forward if you did the same thing like the Walking Dead games did, where you're like, do you want to bring your save forward from season 1 type of thing? So they could kind of do that, but more of that.
That world
pushing the envelope problem
with AI and all that.
Yeah. Or I don't know. I love the AI take.
Yeah.
Because it was also so creepy. When you boot up your PlayStation, when you boot up Detroit, and she's sitting there talking to you.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, you haven't played in a while. What's going on?" I'm like, Why are you talking to me? Stop. I don't like this.
Or like she would comment on your decisions you had made during the game. You're like, why did you choose to let him die? And I'm just like, okay. Listen, don't need you to judge me, ma'am.
Yeah, she did not like my choices. I'll be honest. She didn't make it.
she didn't make it.
But yeah, I don't know. That's we'll see what's up with that. Anything in the future, I'm always excited to play them. I love their style of games. See where it's published. I'll still buy it on PlayStation. I'm still gonna go there. I don't care. I mean, it's cool that it's being published other places for them so they can make money, but still get it on PlayStation.
The biggest reason I have my PlayStation is just for exclusives anyway. So
makes sense.
But yeah, and then the last one. The last one is number 10 that Dewey has put his phone away for now.
I did nothing of that sort. Number 10. Google has accidentally slipped up mentioning Baldur's Gate 3 on a list of Stadia games coming in 2020. That is this year.
Yeah. Are you a Baldur's Gate person?
Not really. Are you?
I'm not big into it. But the trailer for 3 looked interesting.
How did they slip up? What was this?
It was just a blog post when they're like, these are the games coming to Stadia in 2020, and Baldur's Gate 3 was on there. And you're like,
it wasn't supposed to be?
There's no release date on that, so what are you doing?
Yeah, okay.
So maybe it is, maybe it's not. You never know. But it would just be interesting if Stadia was the one to, hey, this game's coming out, and we totally have working things. Stadia also started, they launched their 4K support for Chrome browsers. I was like, cool, 4K support for Chrome browsers. I think you have other problems you need to fix too.
No, they got the support, okay? They're fine.
All right, fair enough.
What else do they need?
I need another podcast.
That's another hour.
Yeah. I can only create so many solutions, and I've already created a sweet coffee shop, tea shop entrepreneurship, so I can only go so far.
We just kill it solution. What about that?
What?
Kill it.
Kill Stadia?
Just end it.
No.
Okay.
No, because we also have created Stadia. Stadia.
Stadia.
We have also created Stadia. I can't ever let it die.
All right.
Because comrade. We cannot fail.
Comrade.
If one fails, we all fail. For the greater good.
I'm glad that I was here for that. That makes me happy.
I am too. Oh, good old. It's still referred to always as Stadia.
I love it. It is. That's the name.
Project Stadia.
Project Stadia.
50,000 people used to live here.
Now it's a ghost town.
All right, we got to go. It's been a fun episode. I do enjoy having you.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's been a blast.
I do want to get you back here when you can settle mom and dad down from arguing.
I would love to do that.
We usually don't argue as much unless you get here.
All right, that's fair. I'll come back and ramp some things up.
Not that you bring out the argument in us, but I definitely will poke the bear a little bit more that time.
Yeah, that way you can have a third person to let it, sizzle up a little bit and then calm it down. I got it.
It also works when we have stupid things. Like I can't remember what the last time was when you were on, but I think we had something controversial that we were arguing because I was arguing semantics.
Yeah.
And you're like, I think you guys are both saying the same thing. And I was like, but it's different.
No, but I'm right. And he's not saying the same thing that I'm saying. Yeah. I think that was a big argument.
I can't remember what it was about, but that was definitely exactly what it was. I was arguing semantically about something. But yeah.
Well, I won't be here next weekend either. So
next weekend?
Yeah, no, I can't. I will be in Buffalo. But
maybe
I
after. I knew it. That was the risk coming into this week. I was like, at any point he might leave for Buffalo.
Yeah.
And 2 weeks we're not doing it because 2 weeks we're in Boston.
Yeah. The week after I can do it.
Yeah. So we'll pick it back up then.
That'd be great. We can do a post PAX.
Post PAX. I mean, I always do a post PAX. That's a 2-episode week because we do our regular episode and then we do PAX Extravaganza.
That's it. I'm there.
And PAX Extravaganza is the recap of everything that I saw at PAX.
And me, what I saw there.
Yeah, I mean, you usually get mentioned because you're not usually here to record it. You usually just get off mentioned, like, and Dewey saw these things, and he played a game where he was a dog that had to listen.
Oh, don't remind me. That was the worst game I've ever played, and I didn't even want to play it. They made me. They were like, please play this. Nobody's playing this game. You want to come try it out? Oh, I didn't want to play it.
You had to play that, and then I shit on you for dying in Undermine.
You did. I went to the boss fight with not full health.
I shit on you not only to the devs behind your back while you were playing. I also
heard
shit on you on the podcast during the same time.
I know. I heard you say it to the devs. I was like, this guy thinks he's good at these games.
And then he just gets wrecked, and I was like, yeah, look, he's terrible.
Listen, okay, there's a learning curve. All right, buddy.
And we played Later Daters.
We did play Later Daters. I should have got that game afterwards. I never did.
How do we forget Later Daters, where we get to be in a elderly home,
kissing grannies,
and trying to date people?
I still bring that up occasionally when I'm like, man, I really want to play this game.
I drop it sometimes when I'm like, you guys would not believe the things you see at PAX. I'm like, there was this nursing home dating simulator. There was this weird sex toy thing that I got asked if I was the artist on.
Yeah, and you were just like, yeah, that's me. With that booth we just ran for a minute because nobody was there.
It was because
what was the name of that? It was something like I know the game was.
I could find it on the list.
Okay.
But yeah, we played Chernobylite, and then we turned around and went to that game, and it was like, this is not okay. There were like orgies happening.
It was not. I wouldn't even say softcore. It was hardcore.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know if it was hardcore. It was definitely porn though.
Oh yeah, it was in the middle. It wasn't. It was medium. It was medium core porn.
The random guy walked up to me because I was watching you play. He's like, "Hey man, really like the artwork," and I was just like, "Thanks." And then he just kept walking. I was like, "I have what are you just changing chairs?" I was like, "I have no stake in this game at all," but I didn't bother to stop him. I was just like, "Thanks."
Oh, this is not my game. Oh yeah, yeah, I worked hard on it. All right, thank you, buddy.
I didn't want to engage any further than just thanks because I was like, if you ask me another question, I'm not going to be able to answer it probably.
Thankfully, that was it. That was the only thing.
Oh, and then there was it wasn't contagious. There was the one where you're the virus, and you're the monster, and you're just eating things. And then there was
the co-op game we smacked people at.
Not race to the finish, splash to the finish, stretch, sling to the finishes, sling to the finish. That sounds right. Yeah, and we absolutely dominated.
Yeah, we probably played a bunch of kids. Whatever, doesn't matter. We whooped them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We scouted it out. We're like, all right, so these buttons, which hand do you want? All right, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
2 hands, 1 controller, and dominated the race.
We nailed it.
I can't wait to beat up some children again.
I'm going to smoke them. They're going to have to deal with it.
Anyway, it's been fun.
Yeah.
Till next time, which for me is 7 days. For Dewey, it's 5 weeks. We'll figure it out.
3.
4.
Au revoir.
Yeah, later.